These bitches. It's the daily download. We're really, really crazy, and you're really, really crazy to be here. But it's a crazy, crazy download. That's it. Wait, where's screen capture? Where's my screen capture? I don't know. Oh, wait, there it is. It's the daily download and do and Scooby Doo. Oh, I forgot to open one. Sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, I just got back. I'm really, really sorry, and I'm trying really hard to do this right now. And which one do we want to go to? I think we want to go to Scott McAfee. Oh, that's not it. Oops. Okay. Oh, didn't do it. I did it wrong. There you go. Sorry. I'm going to shut my mouth. Oh, why? Oh.
True.
Okay, bye.
Based on what you're saying, that because he was elected, because he was qualified, you satisfied everything in their indictment in the language?
What I'm saying is that at the time that he signed the two documents which are at issue, one being the certificate of ascertainment and the other one being the filling the vacancies, which are the two documents that he is charged with. When you read the statement that they have charged him with, that is that he was elected and that he was qualified and that he's from Georgia. If you've got someone who's reading that, if those three statements are true, even though it's in a different context than the state wants to paint it after the fact, when a person is looking at that statement and signs it and it's objectively correct, then it cannot be charged with making a false statement because what they've signed is objectively true. And I mean, we would rely on the Spillers versus State and the Smith versus State to support our position that you can't have it both ways. It's very similar to a perjury case, Your Honor, where you've got to get someone nailed down in their testimony to where they're making an absolutely false statement. If there's any way that the statement that they make can be taken as being literally true, then it can't form the basis of a perjury statement. You've got to have an actual falsity for it to be the basis of the charge. That's what we're saying.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Beaver.
Thank you.
Okay. Last word to the state.
Your Honor, I was watching a television show once where one character turns to another, says, "Are you even who you said you were?" And the other character says, "In a sense, yes, but in another truer sense, no." And that is essentially what this argument boils down to. It may be that Mr. Still, what counts, charging 6 different crimes, is claiming to be a presidential elector or an elector for the office of President of the United States. And that is separate from just being called an elector or a Republican elector or anything else. In fact, OCGA 21-210 tells us explicitly that there shall be elected by the electors of this state, and their elector means something completely different, persons to be known as electors of President and Vice President of the United States and referred to in this chapter as presidential electors. It's a separate thing. It's not the same. He wasn't accused of being a qualified elector from Georgia in just those 3 points. He was accused of being this, presidential elector, which is a discrete term in which he claimed to be in various ways, violating the law in various ways in these various charges. And it's not like he's charged with one count under 161020 where he stood up and said, "I am a qualified elector from Georgia," which seems to be the tenor of his argument today. That is not at all what he's charged with doing. Each of these charges, as you look at them, states that he made use of a document or he made a document that contained a false statement. And each time the falsity that's attributed to him is that he was holding himself out as a presidential elector or an elector for the office of President of the United States, which is a discrete term in which he undoubtedly was not at the time that he said he was. So this is the so what portion that I was referring to, Your Honor, a few minutes ago. You take judicial notice of anything, whether the state objects or not, doesn't really matter. because one, those facts are outside the face of the indictment. And two, his argument doesn't address what's actually in the indictment, which is that this is what the state has said we intend to prove at trial. Ultimately, all of this may make a fine motion for directed verdict one day, but it's certainly not a demur, and it certainly doesn't support the claims that are put forward in the briefing. 21-210 is clear about what the office is. The indictment is clear about what Mr. Still claimed to be in various ways, and nothing that they have put before Your Honor would allow you to dismiss these charges on any basis. Are there any questions which I can clarify for Your Honor?
No, I think that covered it. Thank you, Mr. Wakeford.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you all for your argument today. And I think placing an emphasis on some of the decisions we'll have to make in sorting these out, procedural and substantive. So I'll just offer it if any of the parties are interested. It's by no means obligated, but if anyone wanted to submit post-hearing briefing on some of these finer points or questions, you're certainly welcome to. If so, I would ask who wants to do that and how much time you need. Mr. Beaver, just since you rise.
Respond to that, because that
Sure.
may depend partly what the state does, but I do want to call the court's attention to a court.
It just stopped. It just stopped. Come on. Any major dude will tell you. No, they're stuck. Their Zoom is stuck. Oh, my Lord in heaven. Oh, there we go. You don't have your thing on, God damn it. Are you off the record? Listen, God damn it. Why? Why are they not saying anything? Okay, something's wrong with McAfee's courtroom feed. It is a sound issue on the source end of the audio, not me. Don't blame me. Well, you could blame me because I'm streaming it, but literally it's their sound, so I'm not sure. I'm sure they'll figure it out. I hope. Any major dude will tell you. All right, we're going to do that, but I'm going to hold on just a second, and I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to get us over to Michigan, too, because Michigan is still going on, at least for a little bit. So let me... Okay, that one. I don't think I have another. Fuck. Okay, hold on. Just everybody hold on. Please. I've got you. I wish these were in alphabetical order. That's what I need to do. Okay. Why are we whispering? Okay, wait, let me go back and get. Okay, that's that. Fine. Oh my God, Becky. Becky. We got a verdict watch. Is that what we're doing? Interesting. Oh, they're good. They're on a break. All right. Well, let's just get this set up so that we have all our good things here. Get out of there, duck. Okay. Hold on, because I've got both things going now. Thankfully, Michigan is on a break. Break. Let me make them a little smaller. Let me show you them. Nope, that's not what I want. Any major dude will tell you. Okay, so we're going to have both courtrooms on, I think. Maybe not. Oh, shit. I think I have to... Hold on. Let me see what I've got to do. No, actually, I think I can do it. Guess what? They don't need to know what you can do and what you can't do. What they want you to do is just do it. I haven't done that yet. Sorry. It's not letting me. Okay, hold on. I know what to do. That's not what I wanted to do. Oh, come on, silly. Oh, come on, silly. All right, let me get back here, and then this, and then that, and then I'm gonna have to hide the flyer because we got shit. We gotta watch some shit here. Where's my screen capture? Where is it? Oh my lord. Okay, good. And it made you do what's you. All right, this is Georgia. The peace I find. They haven't started. Well, oh, whoops. Oh, they're done, I guess. Okay. Whatevs. Fine by us. All right, we're back in Michigan. What the hell is that? Hold on. I don't know what that is. Anyway, oh, it went to a new video. That's what it was. Hello, everyone. I'm back. It looks like they're still on a little mini, like a pee break, which is fine. I guess there was something happening in Georgia. I really apologize. I was at an appointment. I couldn't make it to stream that, but I'm pretty sure it had something to do with Harrison Floyd wanting to introduce he wants to relitigate the 2020 election. That's what he wants. He wants to kind of, what is that? Is it obfuscate when they try and like hide things and shit? Is that obfuscate? I think that's what he's trying to do. Whatever that word seems like a good definition for that word, but I don't know if that's really true or not. I just don't know. Any major dude will tell you. So here we are. Where we are right now is Michigan, Lansing, Michigan, in the something. I think it's the Superior Court. I don't really know what the name of the court circuit is for this. However, and I'm sure someone does. We are in Michigan for preliminary hearings. There is a group of 16 individuals who were charged in Michigan with making false statements. It's a number of charges, and they all have to do with their role as fake electors. Now, they don't want you to call them fake electors because it hurts their feelers, but you know what? Too bad, because that's what they are. And these hearings, there have been, I think there have been 3, maybe this is the 4th one. Now I can't even remember. I think it was, actually, no, this is the 4th one because, well, no, maybe it isn't. Anyway, they had something in December, something in January, something in March, and then now this. And what the judge has done is that she split up the 16 into 4 groups of 4. So 4 groups of 4. And in these preliminary hearings, she is deciding for each of the 16 defendants, she's deciding which cases would go to trial and which are not sufficient to go to trial. Does that make sense? So that's why we're here in Michigan. This will be, I don't know what the process is in Arizona, but there may likely be something like that. My confusion with Michigan in particular is I don't understand why we don't, I don't know, have we had, I do not recall a hearing around Mike Roman, Kenneth Cheesebro, 2 of the Trump people who helped facilitate this. So I'm not really sure. Oh, good. Thanks. Yeah. Cause that's what I think these preliminary hearings do. And then, and so what I, kind of having watched this judge who's fantastic, she's really got a command, of the minutia of this case, which is really, more than any judge should have to take on. But, she definitely has had command of all of the details, which is not easy. And she's faced every time, as is the state prosecutor, faced every time with 4 Nimrods, 4 MAGA lawyers trying to twist the facts and say that, well, wouldn't you agree with me? Like all that kind of shit. So I think it's been kind of a lot of, just a lot of nonsense. So I don't know. I imagine that this isn't gonna, necessarily, they won't prevail. I have a feeling most of them will go to trial. Some of them, I bet you, will be dismissed. I really do. I bet you some of them, they just choose not to pursue. And my only concern, and I don't want anyone to go to prison. I think prison is a relic of the slavery days, and I don't think anyone should. But at the same time, these people are, they still talk about it like they did some kind of patriotic thing. So these folks have no remorse, zero remorse. They're sorry they got caught, but not even that. They're like offended they got caught. They're like offended, which is crazy. So, yeah, I don't know. Really, it's depressing. This is depressing. But that's just the way it is. And some things will never change. Oh, but don't you believe them? All right, let's see if one person's watching on Twitch. I would probably be okay with the Netherlands style of prisons. What are those? Yeah, I don't mind if you have to, if you're like super violent and shit, like there's got to be a way where you're not going to be able to like torture people or stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I can get down with something like that, but I don't know. I just feel like we don't have anything close to that. My brother volunteers in the prisons, and it's just, I don't know. It's not human. It's not human. And it requires people to become less human in order to just cope. And there's something wrong with that. So anyway, that's my 2 cents. But yeah, I guess they're on a break. Blur, blur, blur. La, 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 la. Oh, we're on a verdict watch, right? What the fuck? Hold on, let me go check the fucking verdict. Let me check the verdict. I'm gonna check for you. .com. Hold on. Guess what? Steve, breaking news guy is on it. Jury deliberating, request some testimony read back to them. That's what his latest is. Jury has deliberated for 3 hours and 56 minutes, folks.
So they want to rehear some of
the
David Pecker's testimony and Michael Cohen's testimony. Again, I can't.
David, they want to rehear some of David Pecker's testimony and some of. Oh, I'm like, why did this article come up when I pulled up New York Times? It's because it was a bookmark. Stupid. Anyway. So they wanted testimony of Michael Cohen and that other guy, David Pecker, David's little Pecker. They wanted him. Let me see if I can show you what I'm going to look at. Screen cap, come on now. Where are you going? Where are you going and why are you doing it? Oh, it's not. I'm not ready. Where are you going and why are you doing it? All right, let's check the headlines while we're sitting here. Waiting. Okay, that's fine. Whoops, I can do this, huh? There we go. There we go. Perfect. That's so cute. Okay. Here we go. The U.S. seeks to ramp up arms production for Ukraine. Will it be enough? A plant still under construction in Mesquite, Texas, will soon turn out 30,000 artillery shells each month, roughly doubling current U.S. output. Blinken hints U.S. may accept Ukrainian strikes within Russia with U.S. arms. A former deputy sheriff from Florida who now lives in Moscow is assisting Russia's disinformation efforts. Oh, well, who could this be? Oh, let's just see. I have a feeling I know. Is it Scott Ritter? Is that who we're talking about? In 2016, Russia used an army of trolls to interfere in the U.S. presidential election. This year, an American given asylum in Moscow may be accomplishing much the same thing all by himself. Oh, they're back. Is it Scott Ritter? Is it Scott Ritter?
Just leave them right ready.
John Mark Dugan. Okay, I didn't think Scott was a fucking whatever, but all right.
You're over here chewing on something going, look.
Where?
We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back.
Is that plugged in now? You have to pull the cord and turn it on. It's at 0. There we go. Aim it at me, if nothing else.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
That's better. Yeah, so Frank Pseudo's there.
Oh, really?
I'm just
Serpico? That's a good movie. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Sorry, everybody. I'm just standing here.
You think that's offensive to an attorney?
No.
We get paid by the word sometimes, so we just drag it up.
I know you got.
We drag things out.
Sending her up and down. I have it and,
What file?
anyways, they found it now.
Oh, okay. I don't know what. Oh, that's what Brendan's emailing me about now, and I don't understand what he wants.
You said Brendan or?
No,
Oh, I've had them do that.
Brendan, Hannah.
Stop. She wants
It's
to
burning up.
around.
You know it's hot if she says it's hot. That means everyone should be ready to pass out. What do they want with the Hannah?
What happened? Can everybody stop muting their courtroom, please? Please. Okay, fine. My wife wants to travel somewhere. You just reminded me the Netherlands. I spent a week in
Okay, back on the
Amsterdam.
record.
Yeah, I've spent a little time in Amsterdam. I love it there. It's
Your Honor,
cool.
if I could inquire.
Yes.
A little
I know there was some
depressing,
discussion
but
earlier
I don't think
about
I could live
Mr.
there.
Renner that He had testified in the earlier proceeding.
Correct.
I guess I'm just looking for some clarification from Your Honor.
Oh, I better mute.
Are
I'm
we
sorry.
allowed?
I'm gonna
to
go get some
rely
water.
on,
I'll BRB.
Once we get those transcripts, on that evidence and just use it, or do we need to be, for example, Ms. Logan does not recall Mr. Renner for our part here. Are we allowed to rely on Mr. Renner's testimony in the prior hearing? Or are we expected to recall him again and to do that, or Ms. Cox or anybody else? I'm not exactly sure everybody Ms. Logan's planning on calling. But I guess I would ask that we just be allowed to use the prior.
I don't think I can allow you to rely on it because if she called them, I mean, for testimony to be used against your client, then you have to have the right to cross-examine.
Okay, well, that's why I'm asking. So if we want somebody, then if we could get a list from the prosecutor of who she tends to call here. Oh, I didn't realize that was a final list, that these are all the people calling, because then we're going to need time then to potentially send subpoenas to get some of these people here. We need to do that. So
I believe under the rules of evidence, we could offer the prior testimony, since the AG was a party and they had the opportunity to cross-examine or question the witness. I think that's under the rules. So I would suggest that all of the transcripts that anyone wants to designate be able to be used. That way we don't have to recall witnesses like tomorrow.
I agree with the court when the court says it can't be used against or I believe the court was inferring that it can't be used against my client because we didn't have to.
You didn't cross-examine those witnesses.
But I could stipulate if I so wanted.
You could
but
do
I'm
that.
right, I guess I wasn't clear, but that's what I was asking.
Well, the transcripts only become admissible if there isn't a mutual stipulation, if the witness is unavailable.
Well, he's saying in lieu of a witness.
Well, we
Can
can
Yeah.
confer off the record.
If you all want to do a stipulation, that's one thing. I can't require that to happen. So you're asking me.
Can I ask? Are you
Let's-
gonna be calling me?
Can we discuss
Yeah,
this
we'll
off the
talk.
record?
All right.
That's fine.
Oh boy, why do I have people in my waiting room? Oh, I was gonna say. Oh, we should have restarted this. It's gonna boot us out. In a minute.
Yeah, boot it.
Let's do it right now. Is it the Polycom that boots us or the YouTube? Or the Zoom?
It's the problem. People don't shut that down.
Okay. Okay, you're still under oath. You can proceed, Councilor.
The last question was, what did Mr. Thompson know and when did he know it?
So on December 14th, 2020, he knew that as he was walking up to the state capitol, that as they approached the capitol to turn in an envelope, there was a gentleman there, Ian Norton, was representing the group and wanted to get the certificate of votes. He said that these were the the Republican electors there at Capitol to serve their votes. The Facebook information, there's a ton of information. It goes from comments that he was aware that there was other states participating in the same thing. I want to say it was posted on December 15th. There was he was there. So he was at the Michigan GOP headquarters on December 14th.
December 14th specifically, what time did he arrive?
Hi,
I don't
Lee.
know.
I just
You know, if
came
he
back
participated
on.
in
I
any
just came back
pre-meeting
on.
Or meeting criteria.
Yes, so Mr. Tony Zammit saw him there. Michelle Lundgren saw him there.
I'm not asking for who saw him there.
Okay,
I want to know what you know he participated in.
that's what I'm talking about. So I didn't get a chance to finish the meeting.
Don't care who else was there and knows he was there. I want to know what he participated.
He participated in the meeting of the electors.
The entire meeting?
I don't know that.
And do you know what time he got there?
No, I just answered that. No,
Did you inquire to try and find out what time he got there?
I did.
And what inquiries did you make?
I tried to ask Mr. Thompson.
And he doesn't have to give evidence against himself.
Understood. So that, according to my reports, it doesn't reflect what specific time he showed up there. So the people that did see him there it does not say that in my report.
So let me come back. You know what time he got there?
Then no.
All right, just making sure.
Sir.
No is fine. Never mind. So it's possible that he got there
my
5
Twitter's
minutes before
live.
the meeting closed.
Objection, Your Honor. The witness said he doesn't know.
I'm
Any question that asks at what time the witness got there, the defendant got there, is cause for speculation.
The question was a very direct question and it didn't require. He said he's investigated this thoroughly and he didn't know what time he got there. He got there, I give him that. But I wanted to nail down if it was possible that you could have got there 5 minutes before the meeting closed. That's a fair question.
The objection is overruled. You can answer.
So is it possible he could have got there 5 minutes before the meeting closed?
Yes.
You know if there was a sign-in sheet at that meeting?
Then he really shouldn't have signed anything.
There was
should
one
he have?
person
Your
that talked
client's
about
dumb,
a sign-in
sir.
sheet. That was Michelle Lundgren.
Okay.
Aside from that, no, there was no sign-in sheet that was referenced that I can recall.
May I have permission to address the witness directly, handing documents back and forth instead of asking permission time and time again?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll say that these cases make me appreciate defense lawyers.
Okay.
Regardless.
I'm showing you what's already been introduced as People's Exhibit number 5. Can you review that real quick, please?
Sure.
Just kind of an overview. I'm not asking for any detail off of it.
Okay.
Specifically, can you look for on that any place where it has an alternate Elector.
Okay.
And that is the Democratic ballot sheet, correct?
Yes.
All right. Did you, when you look at that, yeah, can you tell when those replacement, the certificate of filling vacancies were completed?
Looking at this document itself,
I don't believe it does.
it says December, or the 14th day of December, AD 2020.
That's the date, but does it give a time?
No, sir.
Okay, and I'm gonna show you exhibit 11, and I've already pulled it to the same pages. And the page I'm showing you specifically, what is that?
The certificate of filling the vacancy of the 2020 electors from Michigan.
All right, that's the resignation of Terry Lynn Land, correct? Or that because of the resignation of Terry.
Yeah,
Lynn
it says
Land.
a vacancy has became known due to an absence of Terry Lynn Land.
Right, and it was filled by Ken Thompson, correct?
Yes, sir.
On what date?
The 14th day of December 2020.
Does that indicate at what time?
No, sir.
So if there were all these communications or any communications prior to this date of any conspiracy to commit fraud or forgery, how would he be part of that if he wasn't appointed until the very last minute? The very last day, I'm not, that's a figure of speech. How would he know that there's conspiracy afoot if he weren't appointed until the very last day?
Troy Hudson had said that he knew that Ken Thompson would be coming to fill the vacancy.
Did he say? Troy Hudson said that? He said that he would be coming, and at what?
He'd be coming.
All right, and what day did this gentleman know that Ken Thompson would be coming? That day, the 14th?
I don't recall that.
Well, if he wasn't appointed until the 14th, how would the was the gentleman you mentioned?
I'm sorry, Troy Hudson.
Troy Hudson know that he was going to be appointed and that he was coming if he wasn't appointed until the 14th?
It could have been that. It could have been that day, sir.
Are you speculating?
Yes.
All right. So, do you have any evidence that Mr. Hudson knew that Ken Thompson was going to be appointed an alternate on the alternate slate because Terry Lynn Land was going to resign?
Just his statement.
All right, but you don't
There's
know
a
what
Twitter
day or time
space
or anything to that effect.
Tonight,
No,
So you have no specific time. Going back to what did Ken know and when did he know it? You said he went up to the Capitol House, correct? That
Yes.
might be. But that doesn't mean he knew anything about a conspiracy. Just because this other gentleman actually hand carried over any other documents.
Yeah, and I'm gonna object and ask that council ask the question
I'm laying
instead
the
of
foundation
testifying.
for it.
You're giving testimony though, so,
Well, it's a information he's testified to. It is nothing new.
okay.
You'd indicated that somebody else walked the documents over. The alternate slate.
Oh, there was a group of people.
Right, a group of people,
Yes.
but not everybody didn't have their hands on it.
No,
All right, so it was one individual, was it Mr. Thompson?
I didn't see Mr. Thompson with the document.
Okay,
Or
so
with
that-
the envelope.
All right, so that was after the fact that they had been signed. And that slate, I think, it even indicates that the document was signed on the 14th. Mr. Thompson wasn't as a elector until the 14th. My question still
Teresa,
remains.
thank you. We
How
came
did
in
he
late.
know that he was going to
on
be
that.
participating, or that there was even a conspiracy for him to participate in?
Based on the meeting that
Dude,
he participated.
There was.
That meeting in the basement.
Yes,
Prior to that, how would he have known?
I don't know that.
Do you have any evidence directly that would lead you to believe or prove that he did know or was in the loop of communications that this was going to be a contested election or anything to that effect?
So we had,
Yes or no?
there may be, I don't know the answer. I can't recall. I'd have to refer to, there was some search warrants that were done on call detail records. I would have to reference those records to know if his phone number may have been in there and been called on that.
Let me make it simple.
Okay,
Do you know when Terry Lynn Land resigned?
no,
Do you know if they had, who all had knowledge of when she was gonna resign?
it was, I don't recall specifically when. If she made it known that she wasn't going to participate, and I believe she had a conversation with Laura Cox about that.
Do you ever know when she had that?
I would have to refer to.
All right, did she, did to your best of your knowledge, did she resign on the 14th or before the 14th of December?
I believe it was before the 14th.
Do you know by how many days?
I don't.
Do you know if when she resigned, they tried, or that her position, if her position was tried to be fulfilled or filled with other people other than Mr. Thompson?
Did you say that again, sir?
If, when she resigned, her position had to be filled.
Yes.
Do you
Your
know?
Honor, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to object because there's a continued mischaracterization of the evidence. There is no evidence on this record that Terry Lynn Land resigned. In fact, the document says absence of Terry Lynn Land. It does not say resignation.
I asked if she resigned, he said yes, so I don't know if.
No, I think he was responding to your question about her resigning and whether she resigned on December 14th or before.
Good enough, I was trying that.
Okay,
So
thank
she
you.
didn't appear that day then, correct?
Yes, sir.
And that would have been the only day she could not appear, correct?
Yes, sir.
So they couldn't have had any, they couldn't have contacted him until the meeting started and she didn't appear, correct?
Well, no, they,
Yes or no?
no,
Why not?
she may have communicated that she wasn't going to appear before then, and somebody may have received notice.
May have, are you speculating to that answer?
No, I'm going back to my first response, which was I would have to reference the conversation that took place with Laura Cox.
Very good. When did she fail to appear?
She failed to appear on the 14th when you would be due to appear.
All right, and she didn't appear because that says she didn't and they need to fill her vacancy, correct?
Yes, sir.
So it couldn't have been any sooner than that her vacancy could be fulfilled, correct?
Oh, no,
Yes.
that's actually not true. Oh my God, I don't want to go on cruises.
So I'm gonna
Cruises
kind
are
of
no.
go back around to it. How?
It's over. It
did
didn't go
Mr.
well for the
Thompson
defense.
know
Good,
prior
Teresa,
to
I'm
that
glad.
date that he
Finally.
was being called in to
Any verdict
participate in the
updates? I doubt it,
conspiracy?
right? They had something reread to
Again, I
them
would have to
from
refer
David
to
Pecker and
maybe
Michael
call detail
Cohen.
records that may show that he was called. I did receive statements from both Troy Hudson and Tony Zamet, said that there were some people in the lobby trying to call what they believe. Again,
All right.
this is hearsay, so
That might help us flesh it out. Nobody's objecting. Go ahead.
okay. So that they were calling around to alternate, or what would be alternate electors to fill that vacancy.
So somebody from the core group or the original group was making calls to other people. You don't know necessarily who, and you weren't given information to that effect.
Ms. Sean Maddox.
They were making the calls. You don't know who they were making the call to.
Yes.
All right. So they had to fill 2 vacancies. Was it because of absence or resignation?
Because of absence.
Okay, so 2 people failed to show up. They had to fill 2 spots. Again, what information do you have that Mr. Thompson knew he was being called in to participate in a conspiracy?
Again, I would have to look at the call detail records to show if I had that information. Any bit of that information may appear on the call detail record.
From a logical perspective, unless you knew, strike that. I want to phrase this so it's going to work. Gonna rob a bank, hypothetically. 3 people need to go into the bank. You need to have a car, a driver, kind of like that Progressive commercial.
Yes.
So the people go in. They're getting ready to rob the bank. They realize right at the last minute they don't have a wheelman. So they call somebody that professes to be a wheelman. They get out, they find this progressive dude who has no clue what the heck's going on, but he's now participating in a bank robbery. True?
Yes.
Do you think that that person had prior knowledge?
And we're dealing with hypotheticals.
I know, I'm gonna ask you to draw comparisons to the two in a minute.
Okay. Do I think that the person had knowledge? Well, yeah, they could have had knowledge. The person could have said, hey, listen, we're inside robbing the bank. We need somebody to drive away the car. Maybe they didn't.
And that's why I'm asking you, do you have anything where you have any information where Mr. Thompson was called and said, we are committing or we are participating in a conspiracy to defraud? We have the wheelman failed to show up. We need you to come in and help us commit this fraud. Do you have any evidence that supports that theory?
I've tried to answer your question, Mr. Gilbert, by going back to the call detail records again. And I'm not trying to be difficult.
In the call detail records, what does that show?
It says outgoing and incoming.
Doesn't show any of the contents of the call. It just says they called Pete on Tuesday at 10 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
So if Mr. Thompson got a call from any one of these people, it could have been an innocuous call.
Yes, it could have been, but again, if it was around the time that maybe Michonne Maddock was calling and she could call them, or some of the other call detail records that we obtained, then it may fit. But again, the call detail records don't contain a script. So
Okay.
to answer your question, it doesn't have
a
message.
But you just said that it may fit, that it doesn't necessarily mean that it would fit, correct?
Yes,
All
I
right.
did say that.
And then when we look at all this and the political season's hot afoot, which it was, specifically on
I think it
those
is,
dates,
Gal.
I mean, there was a lot of controversy in the air. The press is doing a lot of stuff. Wouldn't that seem to be an appropriate time for people who are politically participating to be calling each other and saying, hey, did you see the news? So that there could have been a lot of communications between these people, totally innocuous and not of nature of any conspiracy, correct?
Yes, but there may be.
Correct?
Yes.
Thank you.
Who's David Schaefer again, Teresa?
So are you suggesting that by Mr. Thompson walking over to the Capitol with the rest of the electors, that was in furtherance of the conspiracy?
Yes.
And how so?
So they just met at the Michigan GOP headquarters for the meeting. And so walking over to the Capitol, yes, trying to serve that document. And Mr. Northen lays out what's inside the envelope and why they're there and what they're doing and what their intentions are.
Okay. And their intentions were to serve the document, correct?
Yeah, to serve their votes. The
Okay.
electoral votes.
And were they allowed to do that?
No.
As a matter of fact, when we look at their votes, we heard yesterday a lot of testimony about they were sent to this person, that person, etc. Were their votes ever counted in the official tabulation for president and vice president that year?
When you
What?
say
The Republicans, when they tried to serve their alternate ballots, which I would.
No. Are you saying
served
the
their
crime
alternate
has to be
ballots, they weren't
successful in order to be
tabulated in any way?
valid? Because that's
not to my
wrong.
knowledge.
So did they complete the fraud?
Yes.
How?
By, again, trying to serve them and then having them mailed off to, and they made attempts in the totality of my investigation to try and serve them to the vice president or president.
Well, isn't there a difference of a murder and attempted murder? If I shoot at you and
But you're still
you're
fucking
like
going
the
to
Catwoman
trial.
and you avoid it.
Thank you for
Isn't
making
that
the
attempted
argument for the
murder?
state, you
And then if
stupid
I shoot
ass.
you and kill you, that's murder, correct?
Yes.
I'm assuming all the other facts are
Yes.
there. So if I don't complete the whatever's necessary for murder, I didn't complete the crime for murder, maybe something else, but not for murder. Correct?
Yes.
So what did they do?
What
How
the
did
fuck
they
does that
complete
even
the
mean?
fraud?
By, well, let me look at the document here. By signing the document.
That's the forgery. I want to know the fraud.
They're not asked that the witness be allowed to answer, complete his answer.
Allow him to complete.
The fraud is, so they signed the document. It says here in the document, we convened and organized at the state capitol, the city of Lansing, Michigan at 2 p.m. on the 14th day of December. That wasn't true. They tried to serve the document when.
I'm sorry, you said what wasn't true?
That they didn't meet at the state capitol.
Okay.
At 2 p.m.
You okay with that, Skippy? It's a lie.
Again, trying to serve the document to the governor.
They lied. Oh, that's right.
Off.
Thank you,
Again,
Teresa. Former GOP chair in Georgia, David
mailing it
Schaefer.
off to the.
Okay. And you keep referring to they tried to serve the document. In all those pictures that you see.
Are you kidding me?
Is there any picture that actually shows the documents, or does it just show an envelope?
It shows the envelope, but he says that he has the documents in there. He has.
That's hearsay. Is there any picture in there that shows the documents? It just shows the envelope, correct?
In that particular video, yes.
All right. So we don't really know what's in the document.
What's in the envelope?
I'm sorry. What's in the envelope?
No.
It could have been empty.
It could have been.
So in your investigation, did you ask anybody if the envelope contained anything?
Well.
Yes or no?
The envelope that Mr. Norton's holding? I don't recall.
You don't remember if you asked anybody if it was in there?
I believe
what was in there?
I don't recall what they said. I believe it was something that they didn't know.
So we have no idea what was in that envelope.
We kind of do, actually. Shit for brains.
Other than what he's professing to be delivering.
That's not one of the defendants. That's an attorney who was leading this group, correct?
Right.
I strike the part about
leading the group.
Objection, Your Honor, I couldn't hear the answer. It's crosstalk.
Thank you. You let him respond.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
What was your question again?
I couldn't even tell you at this point. It had to do with the contents of the envelope. We don't know what was in the envelope because there was only one person that carried it over to the Capitol building, as far as we know, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. And then I think I followed up.
Follow at Rance Willa.
Did you?
R-A,
were you
N
able
as
to
in Nancy, C-E-W-I-L-L-A. If you're not following J Rance, at Rance Willa on X, she has great updates and amazing memes.
Yes, through Mr. I believe through the interview with Mr. Renner.
And in his interview, he positively identified what was in the envelope.
I would have to go back.
Do you recall if he knew for certain what was envelope, or was it more of a belief?
No, I said I don't recall what he said. I would have to go back and reference it.
I'm going to get to continue with you tomorrow, but I would ask you to research that question, preserve the question, sure. Your Honor.
Yeah, repeat the question.
That one of the witnesses has indicated that they believed what was in the envelope. And I asked the witness asked this witness if the interviewee had made the comment for certain, yes, I know, or was it I think? And he had indicated this witness indicated he'd have to review his record. Okay. Preservation of time, I preserve the question until tomorrow, the answer until tomorrow.
And just to add on to that, because I know you stated sometimes you can't remember names. The witness was Mr. Renner.
Yes.
It may have been Mrs. Longden.
I'm curious who the interviewee was. Was that person identified?
Mr. Renner.
Renner. Okay.
Okay.
And if Your Honor didn't have Simmons on the tag up there, I wouldn't remember it. I'm sorry.
It's no problem.
So that's one answer you're gonna try and ascertain from there. So I'm still going back to how did they perfect the charge of fraud? Because from what the testimony we had yesterday, what you've been able to testify to, those GOP ballots were never counted, correct?
Correct.
All right, so how did they perfect the fraud?
Say it again. So they signed off on the document. The document says that they were in a specific place when they
I
weren't
don't
there.
think Donald Trump
being
knows
the
what
state
fucking
Capitol
day it
building
is.
at 2:00, and the documents were attempted to be delivered to the Capitol.
Would you agree with me?
They tried to deliver them. They were rejected, and they were mailed off. Again, these weren't the legitimate documents. So they did not have a certificate of ascertainment. They did not have anything with the seal on the state of Michigan on them.
Honey, that's the fraud. Your guy didn't
They
win.
did not have anything with the Secretary of State's.
There was no
signature or the
outstanding
governor's
recount,
signature on
as
them.
there was in
I agree with
Hawaii
you
in
100% on all
1960.
those things.
Okay.
I'm still asking, and I think that goes towards what you might be considering.
This was a
forgery.
nationwide scheme.
I'm still looking how they did the fraud.
That's
So that's what you think?
That's
Okay.
what that's my response.
All right. So when we look at a forgery,
It's crazy.
there's some specific elements that go to forgery. And a lot of times I think of money when I hear forgery.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to be smart aleck here. You've seen real money, correct?
Yes.
And you've seen monopoly money, correct?
Yes.
Is there any chance that you would mistake the two to be the same? That one was legal tender, the monopoly money was legal tender?
No, but I have
Yes or
seen,
no?
I have seen money that is presented that is very similar to the authentic currency.
I've produced it inadvertently doing that, but nonetheless.
But if we're referring to the monopoly money as the game of Monopoly,
yes.
is that
Wait,
you're-
what
yes,
happened?
Okay.
What did he
I
just
didn't know.
admit to?
So,
Counterfeiting?
No.
Did the
Okay.
lawyer just admit to counterfeiting?
So when you compare 5 and 11.
Did the lawyer just admit
There's
to
distinct
counterfeiting?
differences between those two documents or packages of exhibits, correct?
Yes.
One has a certificate of ascertainment, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
One is has a document signed by the governor, correct?
Yes, sir.
And the other one doesn't.
Yes.
So by clearly looking at the face between the two, you know there's a difference between the two, correct?
Yes.
Were you fooled that that was a legitimate document? Yes or no?
To me, it's presented as a
Yes or no?
legitimate.
Were you fooled into believing that the alternate slate was a legitimate document? Yes or no?
I wasn't fooled.
Okay.
I-
And the testimony we heard yesterday from the House counsel for the secretary for the House, he indicated that he looked at it and said, ain't no way. Something to that effect, correct?
Something to that effect.
And Lara, when they got that document, they looked at it and they said, this ain't it. We're just gonna make it kind of a cursory thing. We're gonna record it, but we're not recording it as the, excuse
Stop
me.
it. Stop it.
True ballot,
Are you
correct?
saying that they were
That's what
playing
they
a
said.
Monopoly game, sir, with
Well, that's what we
democracy?
testified to, correct?
Yes.
So in
Really?
all of this,
Hello.
all the experts have
Hi,
agreed
Margaret.
that those aren't even
Oops.
close to being accurate.
I know
And
what
they
you
were
meant.
noticed flat out, first thing right off the bat, correct?
Primarily
Yes or no?
because they
Yes or
didn't have
no?
their certificate of ascertainment. So,
When I look between the two and I look at the ballot itself,
they look different.
right,
The ballot is exhibit
But-
6.
well,
I
I'm
was
sorry,
gonna say,
exhibit 6, I'm sorry.
okay, that's where
Yeah, there we
my,
go.
part of my
I
confusion is
say
coming
that
in.
way, I don't,
Okay.
not intentional, but I've been confused for several years. This is, it says, it has the seal of the state of Michigan on it, ballot number 6. And this is a certificate for president, the votes for president, vice president. And this is for the Democrat Party, correct?
Somebody had a White Claw with lunch. I'm just saying. I think somebody got their White Claw on at the Applebee's, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
All right. Is
It's
there
not
is
Friday, but it's
exhibit
hump day, am I
6
right?
included in the Republicans' packet of documents?
No.
Do you think a layperson could look at these documents and say, hey, there's a difference between the two?
Yes, but.
Do you believe,
looking at-
thank you,
Looking at.
thank you. Do you believe the people that are in Washington that deal with this stuff on a regular basis could make an instant distinction between the two?
Yeah, one, I'm
Shut
gonna
up.
object
Yeah,
because.
this is
what-
dumb.
First of all,
Thank
it
you.
calls for speculation.
Thank you for
But
objecting.
whether or not somebody buys the forgery is not an element of the crime.
Right, thank you.
Want to respond to the objection?
Goes to the if it
Go
goes
to.
to the.
What does it go
distinction
to?
I made earlier between real
Stupid
money and
ass.
monopoly money. If there is such a difference that there's a vanishing point between what is real and clearly not real, then there cannot be a forgery, because then it has to go back to the intent. Did I create a document with the intent to show that this is valid money or a valid document to defraud somebody or to get this to gain an advantage? And when we look at the two, testimony yesterday said there's a huge distinction. He's saying there's a huge distinction. Everybody looked at it, the face of it, and said, that's a huge distinction. So what the basis of the forgery is, did they forge this document? And that's what I'm trying to get down to, and I can do a little bit more
Was that your
clearly.
question?
That's the crux of it,
Who's they?
which I can rephrase. I can
That wasn't the way we had
That's
it.
the crux of it. I can rephrase.
I'm okay with
Thank
that
you.
question.
Thank you.
Did they forge a document that looked like Exhibit 6?
No. They forged a document that is different, but it's still intended to accomplish the same thing.
That's your inference based on a totality of the information,
Of the
correct?
information, yes, sir.
Right, so but that's a question of fact, correct? But you think that that was their intent, correct?
Yes, sir.
If I look at make sure I can- People's 5 is what we would consider the Democrat ballots, correct? I think, is that it? Am I
No.
backwards?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd call it the winning ballots.
Okay.
Certificate of ascertainment.
I'm sorry, certificate of ascertainment,
I'd call it
And
the
then-
right
but
one.
between
This is
everything,
the certificate.
The real one.
right.
That's what I'd call it. The legal one. It has lots of names.
Would it make sense to you if I was a criminal trying to pull off anything, that I would try to duplicate it as close to the original as possible?
Objection.
Goes the intent of his understanding of the intent of the crime.
She
If I,
didn't say her objection yet.
Oh,
What
I-
is the objection?
Well, it calls for speculation, and you just said a criminal. So, I mean, I can't even bring that back to the relevance of why we're here.
I'll rephrase.
Thank you.
Wouldn't you think that this group, if they were gonna try and pull off a fraud, that they would duplicate their vote or all their documentation to make it look as close to exactly as what should be or
No, because you guys are
properly
dumb
submitted?
and
I
sloppy
can't
and
say if
lazy.
they would or they wouldn't. I've seen a lot of different things and, so I can't say,
Well, you
you know,
justified,
that they would do it in a blue and gold in this format versus this format.
we testified earlier that all these
Your
people,
Honor, I'd ask the witness to be allowed to complete his
it
answer.
was a yes or no question. He answered it.
He said he's here.
I hate this
He did
guy.
answer. It was a yes or no question. He's providing additional answers.
You had testified earlier that you felt that all these people were, or at least the majority of them, were suave in their knowledge of the political format and arena, and that they knew what was going on, and that they should know if they're gonna try and pull off something
Suave.
like this,
I'm
that they know how to do it.
suave.
I'm in there.
Yeah.
I think that mischaracterizes the testimony.
Actually, that's paraphrasing exactly what he said. He said,
Suave.
It's paraphrasing.
I said
wrongly.
paraphrasing. Well, they had the know-withal, intelligence, and knowledge of how to do it. Is
They
basically
were
what he said, correct?
electors.
I
Yeah,
don't
you'd
agree
think
with
if they're
basically
not,
what
if
I-
they
what
don't,
I
then they
said.
shouldn't be electors. How
All
about
right, then
that?
let me ask you, do you believe that they had any of those abilities or knowledge?
I believe based on the totality of my investigation that they had.
Not my question. Would I
Can
court?
you ask it again, maybe, then?
Do you believe they had the knowledge to duplicate those documents?
This document?
All of the appropriate
this
ones for the, all of them that would be required for the ballot.
They may have, I don't know.
Will you, so you're saying you don't know if they could do that or not?
No, the knowledge to duplicate this specifically,
That's, that they
He's
should.
asking a very
Ability
specific
and
question.
knowledge, two different things.
okay.
Ability is one, knowledge.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So if,
Clarify, please.
yeah, I'm sorry.
Give me a
Knowledge,
break.
that if
This
they were
guy's a
gonna
fucking
try and do
mouse.
this, they'd have the knowledge that those should be the documents they should submit.
Stupid.
They could have, I don't know.
All right, do you think they had the ability to do that?
There's 16 people, they could have, I don't know.
Did they do either one?
No,
Any of them?
these,
Right,
these
they
two,
didn't.
no, sir.
And then you're saying that there's a fraudulent document. What about that document is fraudulent, or counterfeit, or?
Where do I begin? They're not the duly elected electors.
This is the legitimate document,
Well,
which was,
that's, I'm asking, I don't care about the legitimate, I want to know about the other one.
I'm trying to explain. So part of my explanation.
Okay.
Your Honor, can we use some exhibit numbers, please?
Yeah, what exhibit are you asking, Ms. What is, you asking about which about that document was fraud? But which
Well,
one are you
there's-
talking about?
There's 6, 11, and 5, I think, are all the documents that would normally be sent in that were sent in.
Right, but
by-
your last question was what about?
Have you
the
met
document
a
is
sixth
fraudulent?
grader
I'm
getting
sorry,
out of
what
gym
about
class?
the Republican submission was fraudulent?
And we want an exhibit number for that one.
That's exhibit 11.
Hold on.
Thank
Exhibit
you.
11. Okay.
The entire thing,
How was it fraudulent?
because it's not the 2020 certificate of votes of the electors from Michigan,
Is it the certificate of votes from the Republicans?
but it doesn't, it says the
Yes or
certificate of
no, sir?
votes from the 2020 electors of Michigan.
Is
It is the certificate of votes from the Republicans who are not duly elected and qualified electors. Does that answer?
That one.
So you're saying that because you believe they were not duly
Because he
qualified
lost.
electors, that makes that document a forgery.
That's part of it.
What else makes that document a forgery?
Well, as we discussed just a few minutes ago, we have on December 14th, 2020, we convened in the state capitol, city of Lansing at 2 p.m. We had 16 votes for Donald Trump and 16 votes for Michael Pence. We have signatures from the 16 individuals who
Okay,
are
the
reported
signatures.
to the electors.
Got it. I'm going to interrupt you there.
Okay,
Are any of those signatures forgeries?
no, sir.
Their declaration is inaccurate. Correct?
Yes.
How can that declaration be a forgery? I'm king of the world.
Well,
I'm not king of the world, and I put it
so
right in
again,
how
with
it's
the
a forgery.
with the totality of the investigation and it being submitted to the Capitol and then to the National Archives and Senate.
It was not submitted to the Capitol. Agreed?
It was,
It was
No,
not.
I don't agree. The
submitted
guy
to the
yesterday
it was.
said he didn't
it
know.
was- it was
Yes or no?
rejected. It was
Okay,
rejected.
Yes
stop.
or no? wasn't submitted to the Capitol.
It was rejected from the
It
Capitol.
was not
No.
submitted to the Capitol.
So could you
Yes,
define what submitted?
So is he testifying
Well, you
now?
just
Because
said
I'm
submitted. You
unclear.
tell me.
So it was submitted, meaning it was somebody tried to turn it into the Capitol. That's submitted, like walking
the
up,
court would, I
passing
think,
this over the counter is submitting something.
okay, and
So
who did they give it to?
the state police.
I believe the state police in the video never took it. I think they held their hands up and said, nope, not gonna take it. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rejected it.
Say that it was rejected.
I'm just
That's what
clarifying
I
that.
said.
Well, he said it was submitted, and he said by passing it over and there's somebody receiving it.
But you did say someone receiving it.
Yes, I did, Your Honor. So that was my mistake. And yes, it was passed over. It was rejected. So
When
in
you
my,
say passed, I'm sorry, when you say passed over, he reached out in effort for the person to take it,
to take it. So that's,
but he never took it.
Oh
that's
my
my
God.
interpretation of submitting. Meaning it was, he reached out for the person to take it. They just rejected it.
No.
So in other
why
words,
can't
if I
it
go
be,
to
we
the
tried to submit it, we
store
were
and give
rejected.
them a fake $100 bill
that's a
and they
submission.
rejected it, I was successful in passing that bill,
You attempted to pass the bill.
but I wasn't successful. That would be a different crime altogether. That would be an attempt, wouldn't it?
I would, yes,
All right.
yes,
So they never successfully submitted that to the Capitol, correct?
yes.
And they needed to do that to complete their forgery and the completeness of this, correct?
Really?
No.
So if I plan to rob a bank, but I
Didn't
don't
it have to
actually
go to the board to be
succeed, I'm
certified
okay?
so that the governor could
Fabulous.
look at it,
See you later.
sign all her documents, and the Secretary of State sign it, sign their paperwork to complete it?
Yes, but then in turn, they sent it
Just
through
yes.
the, they sent it through the
I'll
mail.
get to that.
Okay,
So they never completed the formality of delivering it to the Senate or to the Capitol. in
MAGA logic
Michigan,
is just
Lansing,
so
Michigan,
fucking
correct?
frustrating.
they delivered it, it was rejected.
What's your definition of delivery, sir?
That's what I just tried to describe is I hand the document to you, that's attempting to deliver it.
It's not what you call
Deliver,
but okay.
delivery, it's delivering, I'm delivering something to you.
Right.
If you choose not to accept it, then I still delivered it to you.
Have you ever done a
So
service
it's-
process?
What was your question? He said that-
I've asked him if he's ever done a service process.
No, I have not. sir.
Have you ever delivered a package?
Professionally,
Ever?
yes, I've delivered a package.
All right. So you consider that if, let's say FedEx drops a package at your door, they've delivered it and you're bound and obligated to pay for that package?
It all depends upon the terms and conditions.
Well, let's say that it was COD, they delivered it, now you gotta pay for it, correct?
Yes,
All right, what if somebody stole the package?
okay.
I can answer that.
Are
I
you
lived
still
in,
bound and
you
obligated?
still have to pay for it.
I'm trying to get the nail down to his.
You do. You still have to
Yeah,
pay for
I think
it.
we're trying to understand. I agree where he's trying to go. He's trying to get a definition of what he
What is submitted?
believes or understands delivery to be, just like the definition of what he believes submitting something or an attempt to. First, I think that's where we're trying to go.
I'm just trying to nail it down.
I think the witness defined delivery, and I think it was almost synonymous with his definition of submitted. But I believe that was a question that was previously answered by the witness as to how this witness defines delivery.
And that goes to the factual
Crazy
basis of
town.
he's saying that they completed part of their criminal conduct by delivering, proffering the package, whatever. And it goes back to my argument, if I shoot at you and don't kill you, I didn't commit a murder. I want to know how these two line up. Just because I attempt to deliver something doesn't mean it was
But if
delivered.
you
Just because I
premeditated your
attempt-
attempted murder, isn't it
So
worse?
you wanna know why
I think
it
these are
wasn't an
not,
attempt
these are false
fraud versus
equivalents.
fraud? Why it was, Is that what you're asking?
Why he doesn't consider it an attempt?
Well, I think that's a legal conclusion.
Oh, it
and-
doesn't matter.
But my objection was to the scenario about the box. That's all I was
I think-
objecting
I'm trying
to.
to nail it
At
down
this
to
point, I
what,
think we moved on beyond the boxes.
I know,
Yeah.
I just
Yeah, I
want to get
agree.
this back on track. I'm sorry.
Jen. Yeah, Jen.
the way I see it,
Jen.
or understand what you're saying, is they delivered it, but it was never received. Yes. And if the House didn't receive it, if Lansing didn't receive it to count it, how did they complete the fraud with that aspect?
Through the submission through the National Archives.
No. The aspect of delivery to the Lansing only, in just relation to Lansing.
Just that was through their intent
You're saying that their intent was to
to
deliver,
deliver it, yes.
but if it was never counted or accepted, how does that go to completing that aspect of it with Lansing? How can that be completed if it was never received?
Because something can be rejected and still be completed. Do you see what I'm saying? Rejected, but completed. That was your opportunity. Your opportunity was
I
rejected.
can't answer that. I'm trying to understand.
I think that is a legal conclusion.
No,
fair enough.
In my non-law school capacity, I am not a lawyer.
I think I understand your perspective. Karen, my head's about ready to pop off. Can we call it a day?
It's up to you. It's your question. If
Well,
you're ready
I'm
to,
not done with
if it's
the
a good way, I know you're not, but I didn't want to make you break where you didn't feel comfortable
No,
with breaking.
this would be a good hash mark for me.
Sounds good. Okay, so we'll continue tomorrow. There was a question that you preserved and we'll begin with
Yeah,
that
I think I'm going to
question.
do a morning session tomorrow. I won't be able to do
Somebody
probably the
write
whole
that
day. I'll
down,
probably
'cause
break
I
it.
don't even
I don't
remember what
remember
the
the
question is.
You said, in
But
an
hold on.
interview
Stay with me for a
with
second.
Jim Renner,
Oh, that's the
that,
one. We weren't sure, generally speaking, we weren't sure if he had said, oh, absolutely, he knew what it was in it, or what, if he
Yes.
knew what he thought was.
the
in it.
contents of the
Oh, the
envelope
content
that
of the
was
envelope,
yeah.
presented.
I gotcha.
Look at the time. What time is it?
Work.
1:20. Oh, is that
Today
4:20?
We'll be back tomorrow, 8:30.
Um,
Any additional matters for the record?
Never give them back to the lawyer, they didn't originally have them, because I'll lead them.
oh, yeah.
Don't need,
You're all set.
I'll join you in just a second. It's 4:20 on the East Coast.
Thank you.
So, Madonna,
I'm a little high. I've been smoking some flour in the last couple days. Anyway, okay, so hold on. Oops. That's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do. I didn't want to do that. Oh man, come on now. Show me where the other thing is. Okay, so get rid of there. Goodbye, Judge Simmons. Have a lovely day. A lovely day. Let me see if we can make this a little more normal. Hello, holler. Make it good normal. Jury deliberations. We're not going to stay with this, but I thought we might as well watch while we're sitting here and catching up with each other. How's everybody doing? We'll leave our news ticker up in case something happens. We have 72 viewers right now. We have 9 on YouTube. Hi, beautiful people. We have 1 on Twitch. Thank you, beautiful person. And then that means that's 10. 61 viewers. Actually, no, we have 71. 61 viewers. Oh, he has to stay there? I did not know that. I didn't know that. Maybe we should hang out for a while. I don't have to go anywhere. I'm just going to eat Cheetos and get high. I mean, you know. Oh, Lee, I'm sorry. Maybe we'll hang out for a while and see if anything happens, just for shits and giggles. Why not? Yeah, I think it's great that he has to stay there. That's fantastic. Yeah, it's time to get more high. I just want to get high. I just wanna get high. Just wanna get high. I'll do the noise. Hold on, let me just see if I can find the noise. I'll do the noise. Oops.
I had to turn off the
Oh boy. Oh, your gimbal's lost power. Darn it. I think. I don't really know. I don't really know how that works. Hey, slow down. That's what the guy said. Hey, slow down. I'm trying to walk here. I'm walking here. Oh, no, 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 no. I wouldn't imagine they'd come back with a verdict today, right? That seems kind of not really, right? I guess we should keep an eye on this. Jeez, I didn't even think about that. It doesn't look like there's that many people gathered now. I mean, right? Doesn't look like there's that many people gathered. Is there? I wish, hold on. Let me see. RSBN is definitely going to want to get the crowd. We know how fucking craven they are. Bitches. Bitches get stitches. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can find. Scooby-Doo, 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 Scooby-Doo. Let's see what's going on here. That's the same shot. I don't know. There's only one. They had to. The poor other lady has to be the lady. So a Secret Service person. Hold on, I'm gonna get her for you. Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo. Let's see. That. Oh, well, that's the same picture. Oh no, it's not. No, it's not. Sounds up. Okay. Sounds up. And then we'll make this one a little tinier. Well, actually, I guess, I don't know. I'm not sure what the best thing is to do. I don't want to cover the chat too much. I'm not very good at this part. I probably don't have the best setup for like multi-screen shit. I want to accomplish too much. I shouldn't worry so much about accomplishing so much. Okay, we'll leave that there. Anyway. Ow! Flynn should be in prison. Mike Flynn is talking about assassinations if Trump is... That's dumb. Mike Flynn always talks about that shit. They like to talk about that so that we get all like freaked out by it. But at the end of the day, they're just trying to live out some movie fantasy that they have. That's what I'm convinced. I'm convinced all these guys just have like, for as much as they say they hate Hollywood, I think they absolutely fucking love Hollywood and they want to be Hollywood and they live in their own movie. So I think they're high on their own supply and they think that everybody's going to believe them. When in fact, no one is going to believe them. So I just think that it's just such a fucking emperor's new clothes. I'm telling you. And I understand. No, I think Mike Flynn is very dangerous, by the way. I think his movie is one of the most dangerous propaganda films I've seen. Yeah, like Russia using nuke, the whole thing, Taiwan, and name your crisis. They love to pump up crises. I was talking to the guy who hands out coupons on the corner of Hollywood and Highland in LA. He hands out coupons for Mel's Diner. That's his job. He has no teeth. Nice guy. But as I was leaving as Democracy Dino and we were like, laughing about, doing stuff on the boulevard, he was telling me about George Soros. And I said, honey, I said, watch my show. I said, George Soros doesn't even know half the things people say about him. He doesn't give a shit. He's an old man and he started a foundation. So the depth of ridiculousness that these kind of fantasy stories have gotten down to the chud level, I guess I'll call it for lack of a better term. That's chud level, and that they just don't. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. Anyway, you worked for DIA, Jim? I didn't know that. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, fine. Oh, that's actually good. There we go. Now we got it all. It almost looks normal. Almost looks like something you could watch. Anyway, yeah, I didn't know that. That's really cool, I guess. I don't know. What did you think of him? What do you think of him? I think he's dangerous because he wants to be in power. He's really trying to rebrand himself with this latest movie. And he's rebranding himself in a different way. Go on. Ivan Raiklin, same thing. He says things that'll shock you just because he knows it'll shock you. And that's so stupid and boring. So, I don't know. I think that Mike Flynn, given the opportunity, is going to insert himself into a right-wing administration of any leadership and definitely cause major fuckery. I can guarantee you that's going to happen. I can guarantee you there are people who are thinking about what happens in November and how do they parlay that into more personal power. I can guarantee you those two things are happening right now. I can guarantee you that. So yeah, I want to stop them from doing that. And I want their crimes exposed. I want the people who planned J6 to be in prison. I'm really delighted that Boris Epstein et al. Are included in Arizona. I hope Mike Flynn's 8 subpoenas have to do with Arizona. As do Junior's. I think Junior's overdue for his prison time. I'm sorry. He's got a lot to answer for. So frankly, he can go fuck himself. I don't know. Oh wait, ASMR. You met him once. I just worked for him. I didn't have to deal with him. Oh. I didn't meet him. I saw him when I was at his movie, but I didn't actually introduce myself. I'm gonna say he seemed a little scared of me. I was pretty loud. I was pretty loud at the event, so he was kind of scared. It was kind of surprising. This poor cop on this live stream down in the below. More cowbell. I wonder if anyone's saying anything. Hold on. Oh, I gotta go get my phone. It's up here. Left my phone. Oh, I left the thing on. Sorry. Big truck. Oh yeah. I don't know if this is the same. There's a guy called. Okay, I'm gonna quiet one of you. All right, I don't know which. That's the one. That's the one. Because I don't need any more cowbell. Actually, I'm all good. Okay, let's see what's going on. La 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 la. Oops, that's not it. Let me go. My account's not locked. Oh, phew. God, it showed me my account was locked first. So MAGA's now shouting down Gloria Allred outside the courthouse talking about the Weinstein trial. Oh, interesting. We finished the end of the day in Michigan. There was a little bit in Georgia, but we missed most of it because I came back from my appointment. So there wasn't much substantive in the Michigan case. It's going on tomorrow. I'll probably do the morning, but I have to kind of break by lunch tomorrow because I've got some places to go. But other than that, that's probably what's going to happen. That's probably what's gonna happen. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I need to catch up. I haven't looked at anything since 5:30. So, there's that. Let's see. I met him once. I guess they're for sexual assault now. Oh yeah. Is tomorrow opinion day? Yes. Oh God, that's right. God, Teresa, Jesus Christ. How did I forget that? Okay, so here's the deal. I think what I'll do is I'll just go. I will go live an hour earlier than I have on my scheduled event. God damn it. Use your words. What about Jim Stewartson? Use your words, Lolo. Tomorrow morning we will go at 5:30. Well, she didn't start until 9 today. Okay, I'm going to start at 6 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Eastern tomorrow, so a half hour early. And we'll catch the first part of Michigan. We'll flip over, or we'll just monitor the SCOTUS. And then, because that's supposed to be at 6:30 Pacific time. And then I'm going to make sure I think this is actually very good. It's not. Oh, I don't want to do this. I want to go home. Don't touch my mic. Okay. Anyway, I'm not going to play with it. I'll just try and speak more, not as kind of spitty. So yeah, tomorrow morning I will go live at 6 a.m., which is 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. West Coast. Pacific. Talk about intense. And then we'll jump over to the SCOTUS, where we will await their word of wisdom. And then if this is going on, we could have a third screen just keeping an eye on this nonsensicals. So we could be like a real live news station. Supreme Court ruling. Yeah, the Supreme Court ruling will be an intense one. I don't know. I should do a poll, like, what do you guys think? I don't know. I don't really like to do that because I feel like it's trivializing the actual event, and I don't really want to do that, so. But anyway. I just can't imagine that we're going to have, I know, all sorts of fun. Hey, you know what? It's progress. The more decisions we get, the next step we can take. That's the way I'm thinking about it. Is that regardless of what happens, just being like as zen as I can, regardless of what happens, all that means is that you take the next step. And finally you have a decision on something, which actually I find that a great relief. A great relief to have that. So, and then I still have music I have to record. I've got so many. I have to listen to these clips from the fucking convoy, which is gonna be so much PTSD. So much PTSD. But I have to do it. Because I think the clips of the audio will make it far more interesting, right? Like bring it to life. But anyway. So I'm working on that script. It's better to know. It's always better to know. I like to keep fooling myself for a long time. I'm really good at that. But even I can agree that it's better to know. I'd rather know. I can deal with that. You know what I mean? Like, I can be upset and things like that, but at least I can figure out, okay, well, then this is what I need to just do next. And I can let go a little bit, right? So, anyway. But here we are in New York City. New York, a wonderful town. The Bronx is up and the Battery's down. The people ride in a hole in the ground. New York, it's a wonderful town. Can't sing high today. You know what I figure I need to do? I think I need to figure out my head voice. I was listening to Lady Gaga today as I was coming home from my appointment. And one thing I notice about Lady Gaga is that she goes between head voice and body voice. Better to know how effed up we are. But Lady Gaga goes between head voice and body voice, or whatever you call it. I'm not good with the terms. Really effortlessly, obviously. And I want to kind of improve. I mean, I don't think I have a good body voice either all the time, right? It's not strong, and I don't breathe right, and blah 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 blah. But I'm working on that. But I think that I think my head voice is not as committed as my body voice is. Let me put it that way. I think that's a better way to put it. I don't think my head voice is as committed. So I'm going to work on that. Yeah, I really want to get that boost out. So many things. What time is it there? What time is it? What time is it here? 1:41, so it's 4:41. When do they wrap for the day? Does anybody know? Does anybody know? Does anybody really know what time it is? Anybody really care? 4:30 is when they're done? They're done. They're done. Where are they? I want to hear them come out and bitch and moan about it. Normally. Okay. I don't know what this means. I'm gonna smoke some weed. That's what it means. It means I'm gonna smoke some weed. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. You know what I should do? I should put some music on. Hold on. Let me just see if I can. I'm just curious to see if I can. I don't know if I can do it. Oh my god, do I have two of those? What's wrong with me? Let's see. Let's see what have I got? What's my choices? Blink, bonk, blinky, blonky. key, blue key. Oh, there's a poll. Okay, I'll do a poll because it seems like fun. Add source. Well, can I just want to do a poll. Oh, here we go. An active poll. Manage poll, font settings, bar settings, source. Manage poll. Where do I do the things? Oh. Oh! Okay, wait. Do I go ahead and wait? No, that's not it. I want to edit it. Oh, I see. But, oh, I see. How do you edit? Am I showing you anything? Oh, I think I screwed things up. Okay, never mind. I'm going to take it off. I'm going to cancel. I don't need to do it. I'm sorry. Okay, BRB. You've heard conflicting information as to whether the jury is staying to deliberate or go home for the day. Thank you. If you find out anything, let us know. But I'm enjoying listening to the little birdies. I think it's kind of nice. I can just hang out. You guys can keep it on in the background in case it's, something you want to see. I want to see where the mountains meet the stream. Oh, I do want to see where the mountain meets the stream. I think I need to get out in the country. Let's see. Blur. Let's see if I can I open a third one? And baby, come on. What? I got Right Side Broadcasting. You guys are so thirsty. I can't even believe it. Hey, did you hear that Tintin left Right Side Broadcasting? He's the one who I call Tintin because his hair always sticks up just the way that cartoon character Tintin does. And he left. He had his last day last week. No more Tintin. No more. He gets to just, I can't remember. Okay, wait a minute. Trump hush money trial. It's the Trump hush money trial. Tell you something, it's a hush money trial, yeah. You guys want to hear the Democracy Dino theme song, Contender? It's the Daily Down Lolo and do-do-do-do-do and Scooby-Dooby-Dooby and Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Okay, wait, I want to open this one. I have 3 songs, but, wait, stop. I kind of like this 80s hairband one, but I could be convinced otherwise. Hold on, let me just get back here. It's Daily Down Low and Scooby-Dooby-Doo and Scooby-Dooby-Dooby and Scooby-Dooby-Doo. I gotta figure out how to sing that song. Capture. Oh no, actually I think I want to do this. Thank you. Thanks. Here we go. We're going to play this. I guess that's going to be loud. That's okay. We can do that. It's alright. I don't care. We'll stand in the fight top night right there. War for democracy, blood pumping red. A dino on a mission, me and the literate heads. Seeking truth and freedom, casting votes instead. Ride through the valleys, truth in every road. Chasing shadows.
speak for me, truth and the vote. Democracy title. Let your power show. Democracy title, break through the night, tear down the barriers, fight for what's right. Choose the people, the truth and the false. Democracy title, let your power show.
Whoa. That's amazing. I love that song. I understand maybe not everybody loves that song. That's okay. Oops. Wait, I need to go to the other one. Oh, that was an exhausting chair dance. Oh my goodness gracious. Do 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 do. Straight through the night. Time for a little bit of greenery. Yeah, I agree. I'm going to join you, Lee. I'm going to join you. Is it a meeting time's over? Please say meeting time's over. That would be great. That would be awesome. Oops. Tell me democracy dino. Live to the fight. I don't know how to do this. I'm not very good with these things. I don't know. Meeting's completed. Yes. Welcome to Wednesday. Yeah. Slow ride down, don't drive too fast now. Yes. Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please. Well, they must be staying, right? They must be staying. They must be staying until they, to a certain time, or maybe until they decide. I don't know. Maybe they're close to deciding. Oh yeah, little break. I get you. There's always something, right? I understand. I know what I want to do. Sounds like they're in a bowling alley, doesn't it? Doesn't it sound like they're in a bowling alley? Democracy dino. Fly. I have the lyrics. The lyrics are on the song on my channel. It's pretty funny. I like the lyrics aren't great, but you know, you take what you can get. The robots are doing their best. Do 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 do. Scooby Doo Doo. Scooby Doo 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 Doo. Beep. That looks kind of busy. Whoa, here he comes. Oh. Oh. Wait, what? Wait, what? What just, wait, what? Wait, what? I'm very high, but what happened? He just walked out. He didn't say anything. Uh-oh. He left one of his ladies. Don't leave your lady in the courtroom. He left his lady in the courtroom. Wow, okay. Well, I don't really know what just happened there, but okay. I guess he's not gonna say anything. Oh boy. He must want to get the fuck out of there. I guess it didn't go so well. Perhaps it didn't go so well. Oh my god, what's going on? Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it! I had to turn that off, the little static. It's staticky right now. Well, isn't that interesting? Alrighty then. There you go. Okay, well, I'm going to take a break between now and when we do our space. So there's going to be a space tonight. Jim Stewartson is hosting. Please join us. I know, ouch. And sorry about that. Yeah, it must have been a bad day in Bedrock. Bad day in Bedrock for Fred Flintstone and his Neanderthal head. Okay, but please catch me tonight on the Twitter on Spaces with Jim and Gal Squad. I don't know. I haven't checked. Hold on. Let me check for you. Let me check for you. Because Jim is generally exceptionally good about sharing spaces whereas I am not. Let's see if I can find where. Oh, there it is. Oh, I don't know if he has a time set. I want to say it's probably going to be around 7 p.m. Pacific. I'm guessing, though. I don't know when he has it. He doesn't seem to have it scheduled yet. But I know he tweeted about it. All right. Well, I'll make sure I share it because now I can share it because I'm on Twitter. Nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not it. Warning. Warning. Yeah, I'm back on Twitter, bitches. Me and my stuff. So I'll be on Twitter tonight. I will be on Spaces tomorrow morning. It'll be on Spaces tomorrow, or no, stupid. I'll be here tomorrow morning. At 6 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Eastern, everything in between and outside of that. We will get back to the bedtime stories. I'm sorry. I've just been trying to figure out how to make sure I've got a schedule. Yeah, I'm back. I'm back tomorrow morning because I forgot we have some of Michigan and then we got to hop right over to SCOTUS. So we gotta keep up. I forgot, man. Thanks for, I think Siegfried reminded me. You have something scheduled. So anyway, but I will definitely see you tomorrow. Hopefully I'll hear you and see your avatar tonight. And if not, I totally understand. I hope your Wednesday is beautiful and relaxing. And if I hope I can see you tomorrow morning too. Come on over to YouTube. It's the smartest chat on the web. They're really the most wonderful people. You won't regret it. and it's free. So just come on in. Oh, wonderful. Yes. I love that, Lee. Come on in and hang out with us. All right. Do a little wake and bake or do whatever you do for you. Thank you. Thank you all for coming so much. I really appreciate that. I hope you know how much I appreciate everyone who comes and stops in or stays or however long you're able to come in. So I appreciate it. All right. I'll see you guys in a few. All right. So there you go. There you go. There you go. Wait, where's my video? Oh, there it is. Okay. Bye.
Headlines and punchlines, it's daily double, but the news is never slow. Gotta break it down, yo. We dive into the madness with a punk rock vibe. Nothing's off limits. We're taking the ball for a ride. From politics to pop culture, we'll make you laugh and think. We bring the drink, no censorship, no missing it with attitude and sass. We shake up the status quo. Daily down low. The comedy news you gotta know. Daily down low. Breaking all the rules, spreading laughing like a bunch of crazy fools. We're punk rock rebels, turning heads into beats. So join the chaos and let the craziness begin.
Stupid, dumb.